nouns with plural forms. So some singular nouns have a plural forms, but we should write them with singular verb after the noun. So, like for examples, the innings, the mathematics, news, civics, rickets, measles, tuberculosis, and economics, which is the singular noun and should be followed by the singular verbs. Even though there's a plural form of those examples of those words, if you use the singular form of a noun, so it should be followed by the singular form of the verb. In rule number 11, compound nouns in their plural forms. For compound nouns, we can change them into a plural form by adding s to the main noun. Like, for example, the father-in-law. The father here is a main noun, so the rule says that you should add an s, or you should pluralize the main noun, which is the father. In these examples, the father is the main noun, so father into fathers-in-law. So another one, brother into brothers-in-law. Stepdaughters, daughter into stepdaughters. Looker on into lookers on. Man of war into men of war. So you should change the a into f to make it plural. Man of war. Another, commander-in-chief. So the commander here is a main noun, so you should add s in the commander, which into commanders-in-chief. In rule number 12, nouns borrowed from other languages and their plural forms. So some nouns borrowed from other languages have some special rules to change into plural forms. So here are some examples, like the borrowed words, which is the datum into data, the referendum into referenda to make it plural, the agendum into agenda, the memorandum into memoranda, the oases into oases. So you should change the I into e to make it plural, the thesis into thesis. So in rule number 13, abstract noun have no plural form. Abstract noun like kindness, happiness, hope, love, hatred, charity, lust, and compassion, and etc. So if some abstract nouns are used in the plural form, such as provocations, coppers, irons, and etc., they will be classified into common nouns and material nouns. Like, these are the important for singular and plural nouns. So we are done with singularity and plurality of nouns. So now let's tackle about the feminine and masculine. So here are the masculine to feminine gender changing rules. So in rule number 1, masculine can be changed into feminine by adding e and double s. Like for example, the word poet into a poetess. So to make it to the poetess terms of a woman which is writing a poem. And another example, the lion into lioness. The female lion, which is the term lioness. Another example, the hostess, the male host or speaker into the female host, which is the hostess. And giant, it is a male giant and it is a female giant, which is the term giantess. In rule number 2, in some noun that has An ending in R after masculine can be changed into feminine by adding ESS. So, removing the vowel before the last letter. So, like for example, the word tiger into tigress. So, we remove the letter E and replace the R and add an ESS to make it feminine. So the masculine actor into the feminine actress, and the masculine monitor into the masculine monitress, and editor into editress. In rule number 3, masculine can be changed into the feminine by using a completely different word. Like for example, the word king, which is different, the masculine king, which is different from the feminine queen, and uncle into aunt, hero into heroine, husband into wife, and father into mother. In rule number 4, a feminine of the compound noun is made by changing the masculine word of the compound noun that comes to the front. So, like for example, the word policeman, which is a compound noun, and the masculine word here is the man. So, to make it feminine, you should remove the man and add the woman to make it policewoman. So the compound noun boyfriend, which is the compound term or compound word here, is a boy. So you should remove the term boy and place the girl to make it feminine. Number 5, feminine of some masculine are made by removing the last vowel and consonant, then by adding ESS. Like for example, the word governor into governess. So you should remove or replace the last letter O and R. To make it feminine, you should use the ESS to make it governess. So the masculine murderer, you should remove the last letter of the word, which is the R, to make it feminine, murderess. In rule number 6, compound noun changes its gender by changing a masculine word into a feminine coming later. Like for example, the word headmaster. So the master here is a masculine term or masculine word of a compound noun. To make it feminine term or feminine compound noun, you should remove the master, which is a masculine term, and place the mistress to make it feminine. So the word headmistress is a feminine from the word of headmaster, the masculine. So grandfather is a masculine compound word. So to make it feminine compound words, just remove the masculine term, which is the father, and place the feminine term, the mother, into a grandmother. So the milkman into a milkmaid. Man here is a masculine term. And to make it feminine, you should remove the word man and place the maid into milkmaid. So peacock, just remove or replace the cock and place the hen to make it feminine, the word peahen. We have types of gender in English language. Gender in English language are the following: the masculine gender, feminine gender, common gender, and neuter gender. First, the masculine gender. A noun that represents a male is known as the masculine gender. Masculine gender, like for example, man, lion, and king. So, number 2, the feminine gender. The feminine gender, a noun that represents a female, is known as the feminine gender. Feminine gender like girl, woman, lioness, actress, and queen. Another one gender is the common genders. A noun, common gender is a noun that represents either a male or female, is known as the common gender, like friend, guardian, guest, infant, owner, parent, passenger, pig, and pupil. Another one, the neuter gender. A noun that represents a thing that is non-living is called a neuter gender. Like all non-living things object fall into this category. Like for example, the box, bread, butter, chair, chalk, table, computer. There's no that all of those are noun that represents a thing that is non-living. It's called a neuter gender.